I saved my coworker's life, then she reported me to HR. Am I wrong for keeping my distance? I'm a quiet guy and genuinely friendly. I treat all my coworkers as friends. About 2 months ago, during a work lunch, one of my coworkers started choking, so I did the Heimlich thing to help her. After she's in the clear, the others cheered. I asked if she all right. She just nodded and headed to the bathroom without a word, so I didn't think much about that. Until 2 days later, I got called into HR for my inappropriate behavior. I was confused and asked for more details. That's when they told me that my coworker had filed a complaint stating that she felt my touch when I was helping her was inappropriate. My body was too close, and she felt my private touching her. I gave my statement, and they put me on ice. I was still working with potential to be removed while they investigate further. After a week, I was in the clear. I returned to working normally without fear, but I started distancing myself from the coworker. She tried to apologize, which I accepted, and tried to explain that she has to tell me that she has trauma, but I still take precautions and only treat her as just colleague. I'm no longer talk to her unless needed to, always keeping distance, no longer inviting her out unless there are others. She could feel my hesitant toward her and how no longer treat her the same as others. She tried to say that I'm being ridiculous and petty, but I told her that I'm just looking after myself. So am I wrong?
He saved her life, and she accused him of harassment. Does he owe her forgiveness? The complexities of workplace dynamics. As a judge, I must weigh the facts and render a verdict. From what you've shared, it's clear that you acted with good intentions when you helped your coworker who was choking. The Heimlich maneuver is a well-known life-saving technique, and your actions were likely a reflex response to a medical emergency. However, the situation took a turn when your coworker filed a complaint, alleging that your actions were inappropriate. While it's understandable that she might have felt uncomfortable or even traumatized by the experience, it's essential to consider the context and the facts. The HR investigation found that there was no evidence to support the allegations of inappropriate behavior. This suggests that your actions, although perhaps a bit clumsy or uncoordinated, were not intended to be invasive or harassing. Your decision to distance yourself from your coworker after the investigation was cleared is a reasonable response, given the circumstances. You've acknowledged her trauma and explained your actions, but you've also taken steps to maintain a professional boundary. However, I would caution you that your approach may be perceived as overly cautious or even petty. As your coworker has suggested, while it's essential to prioritize your own comfort and well-being, it's also crucial to maintain a positive and inclusive work environment. In this case, I would render a verdict of not guilty of any wrongdoing. Your actions were likely a reflex response to a medical emergency, and the investigation found no evidence to support the allegations of inappropriate behavior. However, I would encourage you to reflect on your approach to interacting with your coworker and consider finding a balance between maintaining a professional boundary and being inclusive and respectful. As a judge, I would suggest that you consider the following. 1. Reflect on your actions and consider how you can improve your communication and interaction with your coworker. 2. Consider having an open and honest conversation with your coworker to clear the air and rebuild your working relationship. 3. Be mindful of your body language and physical proximity to your coworkers, especially in situations where you may be helping someone in distress. 4. Prioritize maintaining a positive and inclusive work environment, where everyone feels valued and respected. By taking these steps, you can move forward in a positive and productive way, while also being mindful of your own needs and boundaries.